A Republican state lawmaker has decided that basic menstrual hygiene products are a luxury that women that he isn't a really big fan of don't actually need. And the reason we found out about this was he said it in front of other people. And so lawmakers were considering a state bill that would guarantee free menstrual products in all of Maine's jails, county correctional facilities, and state correctional and detention facilities. So if you happen to be stuck in one of those places, you would have access to these things that arguably women need, right? Women, these are not just like optional things that like whatever.
I mean, it depends if Mike Pence becomes president, then we're all free bleeding and we know that.
That's true. So here's what he said, and maybe he agrees with a lot of Pence on a lot of things. He said, quite frankly, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, the jail system and the correctional system was never meant to be a country club.
Oh, I didn't know that simply having access to tampons means that you're in a country club environment. Wow, that's amazing. I think that women should give men like him what they really want, right? So you think that women don't need these products? Okay, then we're just gonna allow things to happen naturally with absolutely nothing stopping it. Yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing, this is a correctional facility. I mean, I was floored when I read the story because just there are things that you don't think about when people are in prison, right? And the one thing I hadn't really thought about was how women get, menstrual products. And the idea that you would have to pay in prison for your own tampons or pads or whatever, like that feels like a violation of the 8th Amendment. That's like some cruel and unusual punishment. You're already there, you're serving your time, you're in this horrible place. The least you could do is have access to free tampons. And so, I mean, he was in the minority, obviously.
Thankfully, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you just described is another case of just baked in gender inequality in states where you'd have to pay for it. It's not like both men and women don't have to pay for certain things, the things that both need, but if there's a thing that one needs, hey, maybe women need to pay more. That is their stance. So look, he thankfully was voted down. It was 6-4, so still close, and all 4 no votes were by Republican lawmakers. You'll be shocked to find out.
They're so gross. So I just have one point to make about all of this. Just consider the fact that our lawmakers, but specifically Republican lawmakers, are unwilling to do anything about cruel and unusual punishment that takes place behind bars. So prison rape is a real problem that impacts not just women, it impacts men as well. In fact, I think it disproportionately impacts men. And time after time, when someone attempts to propose legislation that would do something about it, right? Hey, maybe we should protect these prisoners so they're not being raped while they're behind bars. Lawmakers will block it. They'll refuse to vote on it. And it just gives you a sense of where their head's at. So while it's egregious that they don't want to offer something that women need in this case, and it certainly is not a luxury product, I think that this is a symptom of a broader mindset that they have when it comes to people who are imprisoned. And it doesn't matter what you're in prison for. It doesn't matter if you're behind bars because you're awaiting bail, or awaiting your trial and you can't make bail. Doesn't matter if you're there because of a non-violent drug offense.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you're there for. They see all of those prisoners as the same. They see them as if they're not human, they're not worth protecting or taking care of. They're just the throwaways of society that can be raped, that can be mistreated, that can go without sanitary products that they desperately need. They don't care. They don't care. They barely care about American people. Why would they care about prisoners? That's where their head's at.
Agreed. And also, I think every Republican lawmaker should do 2 things. One, just walk around with a Tampax in you know where, just a cardboard applicator.
Oof, the worst.
It's not a luxury.
Not a luxury.
Second thing, every Republican lawmaker should it's like, you remember in home ec, I don't know if anyone took home ec, where you carry a baby around for like a month or something and learn what it was like to be a parent. Well, male Republican lawmakers should have a uterus. We'll call it a deuterus. They carry it with them. It bleeds every month. Okay, you gotta sop it up. What are you gonna do? You gotta go get tampons. As the Tampax is in the Can I say ooh?
I want to see this written up as legislation.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if there's something that can be done that offers maybe some sort of charitable organization that raises money to offer menstrual cups to women behind bars. Because it's more environmentally friendly, let's keep it 100. But more importantly, it's not something that you throw away. It's one thing and you reuse it over and over again.
That's an awesome idea.
I mean, you have to look in. It's possible in some of these states that provided that might be an option.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure.
Because I mean,
but thankfully, the bill did pass.
I get that they're behind bars, but they're still humans, and we need to give them some dignity, you know?
Not to mention like the general population and the fact that we should move toward having free menstrual products for everybody. Because there are people who cannot afford pads and tampons. They're expensive, really expensive, especially if you don't want the cardboard applicator. And Diva Cup, let's not even talk about that. But love the Diva Cup.
Let's not talk about it.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.